There you go. I really hope you and your family are great. I presume you're going to do some dinner or something at the moment. But yeah, take care. Be right back, guys.
All right, welcome in, folks. The lobby is open. We're going to get started in just a minute. Freitas has got to do a bio. I'm going to go grab a coffee, throw on a video for you guys so you can see what autocross is all about. Feel free to anytime go to the YouTube channel and check out our archives over there. We've got lots of stuff to do. We're about to kick off a new season of Bridge City Autosports starting on February 28th with our driver skills clinic, for which I am the maestro, or timekeeper as we like to call it. We got two separate groups of students. Lots of people are already advanced drivers, but it's actually a really good way to get started too. We've got a skid pad course, a slalom course, a stop box, and a mini course on one side, and then the second half of the day we open up to a full-size course, and so it is probably the most economical way to learn how to drive your car quickly. Bridge City Autosports can be found at the following link. Be right back. I'm gonna get some launch video here.
Alright, and I'm back. Also preparing my espresso, so almost ready to go. Nothing better than an espresso. Probably another espresso or any other coffee that you guys like. It's gotta be coffee, definitely. It's just gotta be coffee.
Oh man, I want to quote you on that. Nothing better than an espresso, except another espresso.
Exactly.
That's so good. That should be on a... Bro, if you make another t-shirt, you should put that on the t-shirt.
Okay. Oh, I even forgot it. Then I still have that. Okay. Okay. I forgot. You just said it and then... What? Oh, okay. Sharp.
But yeah, that's marvelous. You know what I've been thinking from our discussion there on, clubs and lobbies and stuff is what we ought to do is on Sunday, we should do 3 hours of lobbies like we always do, and then we should start on the clubs together. Like, if we don't do the clubs all week long, and then the three of us do the clubs together, we could be like calling off everybody's names in the clubs, right? So all week long they could be doing the clubs because we can't do lobbies during the week because we're all at work usually, right? Most of us, except for you and I, who are currently unemployed, but that's not forever. But then, come Sunday at the end of the week, all the names are already in there, and then we could do the lobbies together. And, do the clubs together. What do you think of that? And we could even stop lobbies like an hour early. That way Stone could do it with us,
Yeah.
Because Stone's always taken off for dinner, right?
Yeah.
This part of what I wanted to, we never got around to it. I wanted to have a meeting during the holiday season about this kind of stuff, like just ways of getting us together more. You know, like I really do look forward to Sunday rallies. That's my favorite day of the week now. You know, and it's just like,
Well,
just want
for me,
more
it's
people to feel
perfect. We
included.
can do that. Yeah. I don't mind. The only thing is, like I said a few days ago, if I'm not mistaken, I think I did, is that I might not be around every Sunday because I want to spend more time with my parents because they are getting to an age that I see that
Yeah,
on the long run probably they will not be around. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So probably there will be a few Sundays that I will not be able to be around, but yeah, I don't mind to do that. And then you guys keep on doing when I'm still not around. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? So for me, it's good.
Yeah, I'm just like, for you, maybe if you know you're going to be busy, then you just do the club earlier,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No problem.
Because I think
And
it's a good thing to mix them both and not say clubs are better than lobbies or lobbies are better than clubs. Like, they both serve their purpose, right?
exactly. Yeah. So
Oh,
for me, it's all good.
I sent you a chat invite too if you want to do the chat thing.
Sorry, I have to go to the other browser again. I didn't realize you were streaming. Sorry.
Yep, just to do this.
Okay. I'm in. I think. Yes. We're all set. Let me just.
See, I try to be respectful of everybody else's place in the time schedule too. Like years ago, I stepped out of the way so the barrel rollers could do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday unimpeded, so we would not be competing with each other. I was just like, yeah, I'll just do Sundays, and you guys do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's all good. And then that left Tuesday and Thursday as a gap, and so like Nikki's there on Tuesday and Thursday, but she doesn't start as early as I get up. So I was like, well, maybe I'll do a little bit here in the morning, and then you're here too, and so I'm just like, why don't we stream together when we can during the week, and then when we can on the weekend, just like
Yeah.
like you and I would both love to make money streaming and doing rally. We love rally, right? But like the
Yep.
reality
I
is of
would.
it that like we have to build a much bigger community before it's ever going to be like a self-sustaining business. So
Exactly.
we have to be, pragmatic. Like, hey, you still gotta, take care of your family and just like me, find some work here and there and that kind of thing, Like,
Yeah.
we still have bills to pay, If we lived in our parents' homes and didn't have to pay rent, then yeah, we could probably stream 7 days a week. But I think just making the best of it is like the whole point. And that's where I was like, okay, when I'm busy doing racing on the weekends during the season, instead of no Sunday lobbies, we've got Stone always there, and then you're there when you can too. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
perfect. And then
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm missing out on taking care of the community because you guys are taking care of the community, and like just keep the ball rolling.
Yep. Perfect. For me, it's just fine. On the weekdays, I can still keep on going with the Seto Corsa rally when I feel like it, and also do the clubs that I'm still missing on this one. So
Yeah. Whenever you got time, you can fill in just like that.
yep. So
Okay,
perfect for me.
so
It's perfect.
I think I should start here because we got a bunch of people waiting. What do
Yep.
you,
Everybody's ready.
yeah, you good?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
The only thing that still bugs me a little bit with this game is that I wanted, that my game, my original game, not this one that I'm playing right now, was working already. So I had the old DLCs, all the locations,
Oh yeah.
all the stages. But
Yeah, that's a bummer.
unfortunately, it's still not there.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the opening
I'm
round.
Is there any way to
hoping
fix
that,
that besides just
Here
buying your
at
friend the
Tech Rally
content?
Latvia. It looks like the weather will be playing into some of the
I mean, if
people's
that's what
hands
we
here
should-
this
maybe we
week.
should just do
I
that.
Skies look clear and the
I
chances
asked a
of
lot
adverse
of
weather
questions
very low.
on
If the teams
the
can capitalise
on
with
their
some big
discords.
runs through the stages, they could be big
They didn't
rewards.
reply. I saw some guys saying, well, not only one, several, saying that they waited like 5 to 6 months, and then
Garrett,
the game
Garrett, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
just started working again, the online mode. So
But
I don't know.
they just
It's
waited
still not
and
6
it
months.
eventually worked.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, they're obviously not trying to take care of you, so it's almost just like, okay, how do we buy the DLC for your friend for his account?
Yeah, he has the game directly from the EA website. So, or I don't even. Yeah, it's the website or is the app. I think they have an app for Windows as well. So that's what I'm using.
Yeah, gotcha.
So he doesn't even like the game. He says it's not real. He prefers the Assetto Corsa Rally.
Oh, okay.
And the guy works in a computer shop. He builds computers, set things up, software, all those things, and he loves rally. I know this guy since childhood, and he loves rally very, very much. He had an old car. Like, I probably shouldn't say this online, but yeah, he used to pick the car, go at night up on the mountain and do some stuff with the car. So, you know, taking the wheels apart, just that, nothing else. And yeah, so he loves rally very much. And he just said, "Oh man, this is not real like Dirt Rally or any other game." And then the Assetto Corsa came out, and so he just said, "Oh man, use the game. Okay, that happened to your game. Use the game. You buy the PC here. You come. Your father comes here. Your kids bought the PC here. Come on, take the game."
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's cool. So
That's what he did.
it's the guy that you go to computer shop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
all right. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Honestly, that's great customer service right there, and that kind of thing is very rare these days, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
Starts 120, 3 right, good luck.
I wish
5, 4,
I could buy all the DLCs and everything for him. But on the other hand, when I said that to him, he said, "What for? I'm not going to play the game." Well, if you want to have that account, because he has this account only with this game, which is weird. But probably he just created the account
right,
just for
Oh.
that.
Oh, okay. So he basically doesn't need that
6
account.
left,
What
30.
what about if he transfers it to
6
you
right,
so we can
90.
buy the DLC for you?
6 left.
Well, I don't know.
Into crest,
I think
120.
the transfer you mean is what, giving me his password and
Into 75 left.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. So that's
And
what it
then you
is.
can go in and hook it up to your email instead, like that, right? So it kind of just
Yeah,
takes
I-
over. So I know you
I
could
ju- I
sell
just-
Steam accounts.
4 left over
Yeah,
crest.
it's not a Steam account, it's an EA account. So
Oh yeah, right.
Slight left.
I changed the name. I put DNP Creators there. I didn't change the email,
Keep it.
but probably that is something that I can do.
40. Slight left.
But yeah,
over
like once
crest.
you
well,
do that,
And 6
then you
right,
can just take
and
over that
25
EA
left
account, right?
over crest.
And you can buy the
And slight
DLC.
right, 50.
Yep. But yeah,
Crest,
I
80.
can buy the DLC directly from
Late.
from
6
that
left
EA
over
account, I
crest.
think.
Cut.
Don't need to go
80.
anywhere
Slight
else to buy
right,
it
90.
because that's where the game is. So yeah,
6 right.
that might work.
For small jump. Into
And
slight left.
even if I don't have
70.
the all amount to get all the DLCs, I can, buying them slowly when I have the money
5
for
left.
one or
Short
two.
over
You know,
crest. Brake. 40.
can do that.
3 right.
I just need to
Into
talk with him to see
70.
if that's okay. If he gives me the account, it's all good.
But if you get it set up, dude, then I'm sure me and Stone can handle buying these games for you.
I know, but I don't want you guys to do that. You helped me a lot. Even Stone he bought the game last Sunday. The one you guys been playing. He just offered me the game. Oh man, I felt so bad about it. I know. Really, you guys helped me a lot on other stuff. You don't need to do that. So it makes me feel bad. So let me see if I can handle it by myself.
All right.
I really appreciate it, but I hope you understand. It makes me feel bad, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we as men are trained to buy all of our own stuff for ourselves, you know, but like, if we were out at a concert and I bought you a beer, you would take it, right?
Yeah, that's a different thing.
No, it's not different at all.
5 left, through dip, cut, 120.
Well, for me it is.
All right, fair enough.
And 5 left short, 70.
I'm just like, you know, when your good friends are buying you a beer or a coffee or something like that, it's not an insult. Like, if they're paying your rent for you, if they're, you know, taking your kid to the park to play ball for you, okay, now that's a bit much, right?
5 left,
Yeah.
and turn square right, 30.
I can understand that, but I don't know. It's just
6 right over crest.
I don't know how to explain this in English, but probably it's not the correct word, but makes me feel bad. When I say bad, it's not, you know, like angry with you guys by doing that. It just makes me feel, you know, embarrassed. Probably embarrassed is the correct word.
Yeah, I suppose so.
How I feel.
But that's like, I don't know, it's like, I don't like random people gifting subs to the channel or making donations. I don't want people to just be like, show up out of nowhere and start dropping money, you know? But like, if somebody's been watching the stream for 10 years, and they get a big bonus at work, and they're like, hey, let me give 10 subs so they can do more autocross. Great, awesome, you know, I feel okay about that. Like, when Killdog gifts people subs, that's great, because Killdog's always hanging out, you know. It's not just like a random person coming from nowhere, you know. Like, it's like, you know, it's hard. You're the guy that says I'm a bad streamer, but you're actually not. Like, it's hard to do good streams. It is. It is a bit of work. And just like your dad's a musician, right? And he loves to do it, right?
Yeah.
But also,
I can call him an artist because he did music, fado mainly, and also theater. So.
Yeah, so then like all of those things, people bought tickets to sit in the seats and watch them do their thing, right?
3 right, 70.
Depends. Sometimes no.
Yeah, no, it doesn't always have to be. No. But
yeah.
But if he always said no, free tickets for everybody. No, free tickets for everybody. then that'd be really hard to keep going.
It's mainly like charity with my father's group and in theater and music as well, because all the people in there worked, so they did that because they loved it, they enjoyed doing that, so they did it on their free time. So
that's
they
great.
Never charged for it.
But there's a lot of room between doing everything for free and doing nothing unless you get paid. Like, there's a lot of room in between those two things. Like, you can give away a lot, but then when your friends buy you a beer, you take the beer.
Now that you say that, the only thing that, for instance, now that I'm remembering when I also did it's not a show, it's theater, how you call it, it's not a movie, but it's...
A play?
A show? A play, exactly. Yeah. I also did the play with my father's group, and we didn't charge anything. The only thing that the guys on the organization did was, okay, but at least you guys need, you need to come here, you need to eat, you need to drink, so at the time you're going to do it, you need to arrive a little bit early. It's going to be more or less like lunchtime, so at least we can buy a lunch and pay a little bit for gas. And my father said, okay, it's that, it's okay.
Yeah, so this is just me saying thank you, because you and Stone have been able to keep the lobbies going on Sundays when I'm busy with the DCA. See? I'm just buying you lunch.
And 5 left tightens.
Gotcha.
6 right and 3 left short. 120.
I don't think EA deserves it, but okay.
Rest.
No, the
get
EA
it.
doesn't deserve it.
Right unseen 30.
Definitely not.
Next into 4 left opens 70. Bump at junction 80.
Those days.
6 left 170.
But yeah, those days, I do remember that
Into
play.
6 left tightens.
It was,
90.
I remember seeing that when I was a kid. The guy that wrote the play, Portuguese guy, already died. And I remember I watched it on television because my father recorded it on VHS.
Nice.
So I saw that for several times. And then when I was a kid, after seeing that, I said to my father, okay, one day that you take this to scene, I want to have a part in it. Just, it doesn't matter if it's a small part, I just want to do it.
Yeah, screenplays are fun, man.
And he gave me the first role, which was amazing for me. I knew every single words from every single character in the play. For how many times I saw that on television.
Awesome.
Great driving on that opening stage, putting this.
Hey,
pairing in a
Garrett, it's
brilliant
Baby
position
Lungs.
for the rest
You
of
remember
the
Baby
event.
Lungs, Garrett?
Oh,
He's in chat, dude. What's up,
Yeah.
Garrett? Fucking welcome back, bro.
He got his name back. Yeah, I remember he had Garrett first, then he changed it to Baby Lung. I do remember. Hey, Garrett.
Let's see. There was another follow while we were driving. Motivate. Thanks for the follow.
Oh
And
shit!
looks like
My
Zoe
kid's
is hanging
scolding
out
me.
in the game. What's up, Zoe?
I'll be right back.
No worries. You want me to extend it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Just give him a little extra time here. But yeah, Garrett, we've done big things since the last we talked. I finally went and got the IMPREZA from Cookie up in Canada. So we got the Rallycross IMPREZA now. And I'm still working with Bridge City Autosports. And now I am one of the people in charge of our driver skills clinic that's coming up on February 28th. And thanks to technology and, Starlink and stuff like that, things are going to be a lot easier to stream this year. We got lots of stuff planned. We're going out to Oregon Raceway Park track cross twice this year. Yeah, the IMPREZA, you know what I love about it is it's a basic IMPREZA. It's only 130 horses, but it handles so well. It tripods. Like, for those who don't know, that's where it lifts the back wheel while you're going around corners. It corners so fucking hard, the back wheel lifts up off the ground. It's so great at handling. It's absolutely amazing. Well, this song's cool. It's got like a Spanish fandango guitar with a beat. That's cool.
So I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So yeah, the IMPREZA is great, but what's really, really key about the IMPREZA, it's not a status symbol, it's not a material possession. It is the culmination of our community's effort to do something special together. That's what's so amazing about it. That's the best part about it. Cookie built that thing for rallycross. So it's got 411 gears, limited slip differential, close ratio 5-speed gearbox from an RS. It's got a 2.2 liter motor, upgraded front brakes, upgraded suspension, super stiff anti-roll bars. The suspension is adjustable and it's not turbo. So like in general, it's a really, really well-handling car, but it's also very reliable. We're going to be able to beat the hell out of it and have a lot of fun and not spend a lot of money. Falling in reverse? Dude, I love falling in reverse, Garrett. Go ahead and cue up your favorite song, dude. Exclamation point SR, followed by band name, song title. Okay.
So the conversation in stage was very, very good. The driving was bad.
They were your first concert in that genre, Motivate? Oh, man. I don't know where that singer comes from, like some other punk band or something from before that or whatever, but I saw this interview where he said his friends, like, got in some sort of street fight and he was the driver. He didn't realize what was going on, but he like drove away with all the guys after some sort of street fight, and then he ended up in jail because he was basically an accomplice to this. He got out of jail and then he went back to making music, and his music's better than ever. Like that attitude of, hey, I fucked up, I paid my time, and I'm just gonna get back to working on music, that's pretty commendable. I like that. That's like
Starts
pretty smart way to go
170
about it,
to
you know.
right, good luck.
Okay, second time to crash. Here we go.
Let's go.
3,
Good
2,
luck.
1, go. 170. 3 right sharp. 2 left short. 200. Crest, slowing. 60. 2 left.
So
Don't cut.
going back to the subject of
140.
theater, since I was a kid, I really enjoyed doing theater in school,
Turn square right. Tightens.
and also
And 1 left.
with my
Into
father as well. I guess that is
slight left.
probably because of that I have a little bit of
Slowing. 2 right. Don't cut.
what's the word? What is the name of the shit?
Crest. 150. Jump.
A little bit of fall for this kind of stuff, because I think like while I'm streaming I do this also, like, if I was not playing a role but trying to make this perfect, like when you do a play, don't do any mistakes while streaming, treating this as much professional as you could.
Yeah, you've got a little practice at being a performer, so you like to keep yourself to high standards. That's great, because that's how you come up with quality, right? That's why I've tried to help all of you guys with what I know with video and audio. Because, I was a stage performer too as a musician, and, you talk to the band and you talk to your fans and all this kind of stuff. And then, but the other side of it is we'd always keep our guitars in tune, and we keep our drums ready to go, and we picked really good microphones that we brought ourselves so that our band would sound really good. Because for us, it was as much of an art as it was a business. Like, I think a lot of people think it's just like easy to make money as a musician, but honestly, you'd be better off just getting a day job and just playing music on the weekends. It's really hard. And that's where I go into the streaming stuff with that kind of technicality. Like, I like the video to look clean, I like the audio to be nice and loud, music along with our racing, and then I think about my words before I speak, so I'm not just like tripping over my words all the time. And then for you, with English as a second language, dude, you do amazingly well at that.
Thank you,
really-
Nick. But that,
Yeah.
I know that thinking before I speak is something that I don't even do with Portuguese. So I guess that is something that it's I don't know. It's on me. Sorry, I apologize for that because that's why sometimes things come out of my mouth so quickly that
Lovely,
sometimes
steady and controlled driving
it's
through
not
this
good.
section. Race Pairing will be happy with that as they maintain their current event standing.
Oh, Mille is in the house. GG Mille, second place, right on.
Yep. Mile, second place. Very nice. And then 925 Moto here. He's from the Discords. He actually was the first one to get the message in the Discord.
Don't worry, Mille, I also crashed.
What? Crash? You? Nah. Never. Yeah, these guys, this band Falling in Reverse that we're listening to, this started making me think about how people care so much about a personality when it comes to musicians and stuff. They think about, is this person cool? You know, or is this person nice to their fans? Is like, okay, let me put it another way. You can be the most talented motherfucker in the world, and if you're an asshole to everybody, you'll never get anywhere. Because people will not give you opportunities just because you're good. If you're hard to work with, people will not want to work with you, right? This guy learned that lesson. I heard him say and call himself out and said, I used to be a hard person to work with, and that was unfair to my bandmates. Like, bro, that's growth right there. That's personality. That's something I go, okay, bro knows he's not perfect, and he said so, right? Musicians that are like, I'm the best, I'm perfect, I'm everything to everyone. I'm like, delete, nope, don't even care, don't even like their songs that much.
It's like me. I'm good at not being good.
Yeah, see, like, you need to just embrace what you got, work on it, admit your faults, and I don't know, it's a sign of maturity to be like, I ain't perfect, you know?
Yeah, the interesting stuff. Yesterday on our Muay Thai class, there is a student there with us. It's been there for what, like a year or two, maybe. And he has something. It's like in him. He says that every time when the teacher is trying to correct him.
170.
But even everybody when tries to correct him, he says this, which is, oh yeah, I got it. Yes, I did that and this and that. Yeah. But that is something. It's it's in him. It doesn't mean that he doesn't, he's not taking the advice or the correction. It's just something that he says all the time. When somebody's trying to say something, he said, oh yeah, I got it.
Yep.
And the teacher yesterday just said, I know, I'm going to say this to you, but I know you already know.
Right. My old bandmates, some of them would be like playing the wrong notes. Not that they can't just like play whatever they want, but when you have a scale, there are certain notes that are out of the scale, right? And I'm like, here, just change this one note in your bass riff, just this one note. And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, here, let me show you. That whole riff is perfect, but this one note is outside the scale, so it sounds like you're missing the scale. It sounds like you're missing the riff. So fix this one note and it'll sound great. And they go, oh, okay. Yeah, thanks, dude. Oh, yeah, that sounds better now, right? That's where I'm like, okay, now that's a dude. Somebody can be like, oh, shit, I was missing something, and my homie's just trying to help me out, right?
But
yeah,
the interesting thing is that
sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes people say the right words and they don't really mean it because they think other people want to hear those words. Hey, what's up, Dark Nemesis? But, you know, sometimes people just don't realize they're messing something up. And it's hard to take criticism from people you don't know. It really is. It's a lot easier to take criticism from your friends. You know, because you know your friends have got, like, your best interest at heart and everything. So, like, if I go into a stream and I don't know the people, I don't start giving them advice on how to change their video and audio to be better. But if they know me and I've been around for a long time, I might send them a DM and say, hey, bro, I can help you with your stream if you want. But I don't, like, say it live on their stream. Like, oh, your microphone sounds fucked up. Like, just out of left field. Like, that's not helpful. You know? Like, very few people can take that kind of unbridled, unfiltered criticism live on stream. That'd be the same thing as, like, you're in a band, you're playing on stage, and your guitar is slightly out of tune, and somebody runs up to the stage and says, stop, 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 stop. Your guitar is slightly out of tune. Like, bro, can I finish the song? There's a time and a place, and there's definitely a better way of doing it. And I know I'm not perfect. That's why there is an anonymous box on my channel. Like, if you've got tips for me, you can just throw them right there in the anonymous box. Like anonymous that, you know, I was young once, full of bravado, thought I knew everything, couldn't take advice from anybody. But, you know, eventually you grow up. Some people grow up faster than others. Sadly, some people never grow up at all.
I would not say that's sad. It depends on the way you never grow up, you know?
No, I mean,
I never did.
But I mean, you know, growing to the point where you can take criticism is a sign of actual maturity.
6 left, 50.
And then, you know, being the type of person that's giving out the criticism, the way you say that is a sign of maturity too. When you're just trying to poke holes in somebody else's thing, just to be a jerk, well, that's not very mature, right? But if you're like genuinely trying to help somebody, you know, you can phrase it in a way that doesn't seem bad.
Yeah, I remember that I think it only happened two or three times on my channel that somebody just got in and instead of saying hello, started saying, oh man, I don't remember if it was the image, if it was the sound, if it was the driving, is wrong and you should do this and that. I think that only happened 2 times. I can take that, but there was once that I wasn't having a very good day. It happens to all of us, you know? And I just said, I stopped and said, dude, what the hell? You just come here, don't say hello, and start doing this. If you don't like what you're watching, go watch some other channel. Come on. And you know me, Nate. I never do that. So I did that once.
Right. I mean, it takes somebody stepping over the line to piss you off, and I'm the same way, man. Like, if somebody that I know, like anybody that I know, is like, "Yo, Nate, your mic's a little quiet," I'm gonna be like, "Oh, damn it," but I'm not gonna be mad at them for bringing it up. You know,
A fantastic
or they go,
event
"Oh, the
now
music's
comes
too
to an
loud."
end.
I go,
Hopefully
"Oh
the
yeah,
meeting
no
will
worries,"
reflect
because
Thru's
you know,
ambitions.
want you guys to be able to hear the stream, right?
Yeah.
But that's like, oh man, playing with so many bands on the stage, like going. I get a band all set up and do sound check and everything's great, and then they start off, and then all of a sudden the guitar is a lot louder because the guitarist decided that they couldn't hear their guitar well enough. and I'll walk up, not over the microphone, not to the rest of the crowd, but I will walk up to the stage and I'll walk up to the guitar player and I'll get him to lean down so I can whisper in his ear and say, "Did you turn up your guitar amp? Because I can't fix the mix now." And they go, "Yeah, I did. Is it messed up?" I go, "Yeah, turn down your guitar back to exactly where it was, and I'll bring it up in the monitor so you can actually hear it. Because right now you're drowning out your singer. And unless you turn your amp down, I'm not going to be able to fix that." You see, that's the right way to do it, right? Now, when I was new, I'd get on the microphone and say, "Hey, turn your guitar amp down. We had it perfect in sound check, and now you fucked it up." Right? It's the same information, but it's just done in a more professional manner. I think that's the nice thing about all the practice that I have as a stage manager is a customer will come at me with a problem. They'll say, this needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I write down the facts and I delete the emotions. And then I go to, the band or the DJ and go, "Hey, buddy, in order to make this the best possible show, we need to change this, this, and this." And they go, "Oh, okay, no problem." But if the customer had gone straight to the DJ, they'd be yelling at each other, so I'm the peacekeeper between those people.
Well, somebody has to be.
I think it just makes for a better show when nobody's yelling at each other. It's not very professional. The audience gets uncomfortable. It makes the band look like they got an ego. It makes the producer look like they're a know-it-all, all that stuff. And the one final lesson of all this is nobody's perfect, and we can all take constructive criticism, especially if it's done in a polite way.
They will have gotten some good practice in during the last event.
That's why my buddy from Portland Productions still calls me every once in a while. He goes, "Hey, Nate, I got these customers that are kind of hard to deal with because they don't know what they're doing. Can you come help me mitigate all this so I can focus on my work and you can handle the customer service?" And I'm like, "Yep, I got you." I'm like that. I'm the translator. I can explain to the customer, "Okay, John's doing technical things. Here's what it means to you guys." So he can stay busy doing technical things. They used to have these people in the high-tech industry too. So you've got a computer engineer and they speak engineer, and the sales or administration, they speak business, and they don't really know how to talk to each other, right? They always need a geek who speaks business, somebody in the middle, right? My dad was that person in the business that he worked for 26 years. So that's kind of where I get it from. De-escalate the situation, get down to the facts, make it better, take the emotional defensiveness out of it. And then in the end, we all get to the goal and everybody's like, "Whew, that was hard, but we did it." Just laying this over the WRF now. There was a time where I was like, how come I'm not getting more viewers, right? But then I'd look at the VODs and there'd be thousands of viewers. And I'm going, wait a minute. So they're not all watching live, but they are watching on their own time zone, right? And then I started figuring out, well, what's their time zone? So I'm playing at 2 o'clock in the morning, my time, and nobody's watching because nobody's awake, right? But the next day, they'd be watching it, right? So I was like, well, maybe I'll just start streaming in the morning. And then, boom, there you go. Found everybody, and we've got a great community now. Just gotta, examine yourself, see what's working, what's not working, no matter what you're doing.
90, 4 left over crest, good luck.
Where to fly?
5,
We're in Finland.
4,
Flying in Finland.
Good luck.
2, 1, go. 90, 4 left over crest, 50.
Oh, and also the car class, it's very fast.
Definitely.
6 right
I love
over
these cars.
crest, 90. Early, 6 left over crest, 90. 6 right over jump, 80.
be there.
And slight left, 80. Early, 6 right over jump, 90. 6 left over crest, 50. Right over crest. And 5 right over crest, 100. 4 right short over crest, 90. 5 left, half long. And crest, 70.
Oh, I just remembered something that I don't know. Do you remember, Nate, one of these days when we talked, you were talking about what you were doing with the sim rig and the van, I said that probably I could do something here in Nevada, so I tried to look if there was something like that, and there was. It's closed, unfortunately, now. Like a sim cafe, you know? They have sim rigs. Oh, shoot.
Can you get a hold of that business owner somehow and ask them what happened?
Yeah, I don't know who it was. I just know the place where it was. I don't know who was it. But if I find out, I'll try. I don't know. I think probably it's because it's a small island, probably small community. It was not profitable enough to keep that going.
Well, sure.
Just to keep it going. You
Well,
know?
maybe, but sometimes that's because the rent is too high.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know, maybe there's enough customers coming in the door, but the cost of doing business is too high, right? So, when a business fails, it's not necessarily easy to explain by saying there wasn't enough profit. Because first you got to understand how much it costs just to keep the doors open, right? Like, say, look at it this way. If you had a sim rig in your garage and your buddies came over once a week, you could run that business on nothing. Like, you were already paying for your house, right? Now, I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just using it as an example, right?
Yeah, I know, I got it. Yep.
Here's a more specific example. Some Starbucks locations are very expensive, and some Starbucks locations are very cheap. Meaning the business that the place that they're leasing or renting, that sets the baseline as to how much it costs to keep that store open, right? Now, Starbucks used to just open locations everywhere. They just open them everywhere. And then they figure out later, oh, this one's not doing as much money because it's more expensive and there's less traffic, so they close that one and they leave the other one across the street open, right? So maybe this business owner could actually start again in another location, knowing what went wrong and make it better. And maybe with your help and our exposure to the world of rally racing and racing online, maybe they could get more people coming in the door, right?
Yeah, maybe. This one was just in front of a high school.
That seems like a good place.
Yeah. I thought that it was a very good place because it's, it's just next door.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know why it did.
So with Bridge City Autosports, say, we started renting Oregon Raceway Park one time a year just to see if it would be popular, and it is. It's so popular, we now rent Oregon Raceway Park 2 times a year, right? So instead of buying the racetrack and trying to book events for it every single day of the year, we just rent it, 2 times a year. So we get to bring people out there, we get to do racing, and we don't have to own the track, right? Now, what about if you and this business owner
Into
did an
crest,
event
70.
every once in a while.
Crest,
So nobody
and
has to buy a
5 left,
business.
open slow, 80.
Nobody has to sit there with nobody coming in during school hours, right? Like just do an event on the weekend that's like a big racing tournament, right? So now we just need a venue, right? Like maybe a music venue would do this, or maybe just like a place where the people they do weddings or they do meetings or convention centers or something like that. Like you guys could just get together, do a tournament, and see if people show up, just like as an experiment.
Slight right over crest, 60.
And then, like we did tournaments all the
And 3 left. Keep it.
I don't know what he did to the rigs.
And right
I
over
know he
crest,
had
into slight
a few
left.
rigs. I don't remember.
6 right over jump, 70.
How long ago was this
5
place
right
open?
short, over crest, 190.
It was open like, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Crest, 50.
Okay.
Seeing 5 right.
So it's closed now.
Slowing, caution, 6
And
left, over finish.
I do remember
30,
to went
left,
there
2 stop.
once.
Okay, that's a 6
Mainly it
minute,
was for
37.0.
track racing. Probably it was like something like a second course or something. And I'm trying to remember if it was extrusion aluminum rigs that he had. I remember that he had the computers behind the screens. And I cannot remember the rest. I don't even remember if it was a Draftmaster gear or Fanatec or whatever.
Well, just speaking a little bit more generally, if he has all of that equipment still, you guys could try again, right?
Yeah,
Like
I think
if
he
you just
sold
called
that.
him
I
up
don't
and
know.
said, well, okay, so maybe he sold it by now, but somebody who builds those rigs might be interested in selling them. Here's what I'm thinking about doing locally and why I'm just sharing my
Not
theory
an
with
ideal
you.
position to find yourself
I was
in, but
thinking
this is the
I
first
would
stage, so
rent
there will
my
be plenty of
friend's
time for this team to
warehouse
make up what they can.
where he has an arcade in the warehouse, and we could get companies that build sim rigs to come bring their sim rigs, right? And then they can handle all the computers and the sim rigs and the licensing and all that stuff because they want to sell sim rigs, right? And then we just have a tournament and see if people show up. So it's just like bands don't own venues, right? They play different venues, right? So that's like a different business. So when people say, "Oh, I'm going to open a sim rig cafe," it's like if you had it next to a university or something, now you're talking, because you get people of all different ages. Like that would be kind of the thing. Do you guys have a university around there somewhere?
Yeah, we do have. I've been there in a few days ago.
Is there a concert hall or a meeting room near the university, or maybe on the university
There
campus?
used to be, and there is still like a warehouse where you have a coffee shop up, and then down there where they used to do concerts. Sometimes they do some events. I know this because I used to go there to help my clients. Like, car sellers used to do some events there, to sell cars with a lower price, all those things.
Yeah.
So they have the space there to do that. Yeah.
I feel like all of those seem like great ideas to me, where the venue handles being a venue, right? So maybe you or whoever you work with, you don't need to own a venue. You just go use it once in a while.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Nate. Now that you talk about it, those events still happen like 4 times a year or 5 times a year in that same place with different organizations, but the space, is the same.
Yeah, I think that's perfect,
So
because that's where you get to try it out, but you don't have to like buy the space.
yeah. I'm thinking that I know one of the companies, which is a car seller of several brands. Renault is one of them. And I know one of the guys there that works there used to work with me. Not saying that, and I could probably talk with him and say if what do you think about the idea to have a sim there, to see how it goes. He will probably not charge anything for me. I just have to have the sim. I just have to go and put the sim there.
Okay, now I know a detail about this business where people try to talk themselves out of doing things all the time because they think, well, somebody else did that, so it didn't work for them, so it won't work for me. No, that's not always true, right? Because like you get two coffee shops right next to each other. They both sell coffee, but one of them goes out of business. Is it because coffee's not popular? No, because the other coffee shop's doing great, right? It's almost always because their cost of doing business is out of control. Like they can't stay in business because they're paying too much for their location, right? So in the restaurant business, people do catering. Like if you got a chef that they just come out of school and they want to try their recipes and stuff, they do catering. So they'll do events and weddings and stuff, and they don't even own a restaurant yet. And that usually is actually more profitable than owning a restaurant. Like people say, oh, they're big time now, they own a restaurant, but that usually means they're making less money. That's not always true, but it's very, very typical. So what I'm thinking now for the sim racing community, people say, oh, I can play sim racing at home. Why would I come to a coffee shop to play sim racing? And, you know, why would I pay $50 an hour to sit down on somebody else's sim rig? And so here's the business difference that I'm proposing for all of us. There are plenty of places that charge people by the hour to sit down on a sim rig. Now, the problem you run into is you can't rent somebody else's software without their permission. But you can give it away. So say they come in, they buy a coffee, they buy a sandwich, and they can use the sim rig as much as they want. They just have to sign up. Like, you know how they have a pool table in a pub? In some pubs they charge, you know, they make you put quarters in the pool table, and then some places they don't.
Yeah.
The places that don't charge for the pool table, and they just include it with, hey, you came here, you bought food, you bought drinks, you're hanging out with your friends, use the pool table as much as you want, they don't get in trouble with the pool table manufacturer because they're not charging money to use the pool table.
And their place is full of people.
And their place is full of people. Yep. So what I'm thinking right now is I'm going to set it up where we're going to take my one motion rig over to my buddy's warehouse, and we're going to have a tournament with a bunch of friends, all right? So not just a bunch of random customers, but like people who are invited, like Wolby and Jacob and Izzy and Alex, you know, like all of our friends here in the Pacific Northwest, right? We'll get them all together for a tournament just for one day, and then while everybody's waiting, they can go play with all of the arcade machines that are in his warehouse. And those arcade machines are free to play the whole time, right? And so what my friend will do, since he owns the warehouse, he actually has coffee and drinks and food and everything available there because he's got a bar and he's got the license to do that, right? So we go, okay, we're going to bring the people, you're going to sell the food and drinks. The arcade company, they benefit because the next time they do an event, people will be like, oh, I know those guys. I played on their arcade over at John's Warehouse. Because that's the people that do Portland Retro Gaming. That's the company that has an arcade in his warehouse. So everybody owns their own part of the business. And it's really just getting more eyeballs on what they're doing. So like, I'm not going to charge people money to ride on the sim rig. I would just say everybody pays $10 so they can help pay for the venue, right? So we rent the venue. So we all pay 10 bucks so we can rent the venue, and then we can just hang out there all day. And there's drinks. If you want to buy drinks, you got to buy drinks for yourself. There's food. There's coffee. There's the arcade machine that's, well, they're open. And then we're going to have a tournament. And then, maybe we could get some company that sells racing stuff to sponsor a prize. So maybe like, $200 prize for the winner of the tournament or something like that. So that's my current idea. This is why I want to finish the sim rig. Not so I can drive on it and I can stream for you guys and I can show you how cool I am and how fast of a sim racer I am. No, this is just the whole point, is so we can go do tournaments. So let me tell you, my ego is intact. I do not need streaming to bolster my ego. I got plenty of my own. Like years and years and years of making my own money, writing my own songs, and living my own life. I am a self-made man, right? So I don't need Twitch to tell me I'm cool. What I'd rather do is go do these live tournaments with friends, like Sunday Rally Sunday, but in person. Like where we all hang out. I think this is why I like working with Bridge City Autosports, because it's the same thing. Like nobody's there to make money. We're all just there because we like cars. We rent the track. We split up the cost of the track. That's why it's only $100 for each of us to go to Oregon Raceway Park, which is like 2.5 mile long racetrack. Yeah, it's pretty excellent when you start thinking about buying stuff as a group instead of selling a product to a bunch of people. That's why we're a non-profit organization. It's a different way of doing things. Motivate. You're saying what a lot of people say. Sounds great. Probably nowhere near me. I hope to solve that issue. That's the issue I want to solve. There's no reason why we can't do one of these tournaments near you. Like if you know the people that own a venue and you know somebody that owns a sim rig and you can put all that together, you could be the point man. Just as an example, not saying you should or want to or whatever, but just saying, Freitas wants to do this in his town. I want to do it in my town. We could get Stone to do it in his town. We could get the Finnish guys to do it near them, right? And the idea is, if nobody's worried about making billions of dollars, you can do a lot of stuff. If it's not all, money, 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 like you can do lots of stuff. You don't always have to be like, well, how much profit are we going to make from this? Because making money is not the only reason to do things. Sometimes it's just having fun with your friends and sharing the cost of it. Like say, if we all went camping and we got a big campsite and it's $100 for the campsite, but there's 20 of us, it's $5 per person to go camping, right? And we got a big ass campsite at $5 per person. My buddies and I used to do this on tour all the time. We would find a campsite that had a shower instead of going to a hotel. Because at the campsite, we could stay up, we could drink, we could smoke, we could party, we could be hanging out with our friends, and everybody had a tent and a sleeping bag and all this stuff, and it was $5 per person, right? Instead of 40, 50, $100 per person to go to a hotel every night. So we actually made money on tour because we weren't spending it on hotels.
Not trying to change the subject, but just look at Quasimoto and Kobatsu. Kobatsu had that 7-second penalty, so he was only 1 second behind Quasimoto. Holy shit. I have a phone call. I hope it's from the shop that has already my pedals.
I've got a
right
phone
back.
call too, but I'm pretty sure it's just spam, so I sent it to
I'll be right back.
voicemail.
This one is not. It's from Funchal, so it's from
What's
here.
up, Cylin? One of my fellow creative sim racing business nerds here, Cylin. Cylin is in on this program. Cylin is the reason that I have a motion rig that I'm building over here. And when we get to the point where we're like sharing that with a bunch of other people, people are going to be like, okay, so where do I go next? If I want to build my own sim rig at home, I'm going to be like, call this guy. You know? Because like I could do that. I could handle all that. But Cylin's like way ahead of me on that. So for those of you who are thinking about working on getting a motion rig together, follow Cylin right now. This guy knows his shit. Yeah, Motivate, you are totally right. One of the better musicians I listen to always says that you can make a ton touring, but you can't buy all the latest gear and expect to do that. Absolutely. I completely agree. I write everything I write on a $200 Ibanez RG. The guitar stays in tune. The talent and the skill that I've worked up is in me. It's not in the guitar, right? So a $5,000 guitar, a $200 guitar, the audience does not know the difference as long as the guitar is in tune. Yeah, tour buses, hotels, yep, all that stuff. Yep. It adds up, man. Like, people want to live that rock star life, and then they just end up in debt for years. Like, you gotta, like, build your kitty first. That's what we call it in the event industry, where
Okay,
you got this money that you're gonna rent a venue, and then you're gonna play the venue, and if the whole band just racks up $1,000 tab at the bar, and you only got paid $800 to do the show, well, now you owe the bar $200, right? So you really got to be careful about that. Oh yeah, motivate. He understands the business then. That guy understands the assignment apparently. Lays into cool rock guy, but actually doesn't do it behind the scenes. Yeah, right. Like, I used to be in the venues and playing in bands and stuff, and you know, you get on stage and you're completely unhinged and you're screaming at the microphone and you're telling the mosh pit to go fucking crazy. But then when you get off stage, you're like, where's my green tea and my blanket? You know?
2, 1,
Like,
go. 60,
you gotta have a recovery point
150.
too.
Caution, jump, 36 right, into slight left, 30, 1
Okay,
right.
so just an update. It was from the shop where I bought
One left short, and
the
6
Magic
left,
pedals.
into 4 right,
Yeah.
short
Finally,
over crest,
they arrived.
30,
Thank
left over
God.
crest, 6 left,
So,
into 4 right short,
it's good
and small
news
jump,
and bad
70,
news
small
for all
crest,
the
90.
viewers. Which
Small jump, 40,
Probably
slide
I will
left,
not be streaming
tightens 2,
tomorrow.
tightens half, 30,
Should you be setting up your new pedals?
4 right,
yeah, I'm gonna be
40.
setting my new pedals. Oh god damn it, I have a phone call now from my son.
All right.
You're
That's
on.
okay. That's a good phone
100,
call.
4 left short, and 4 right, into 4 right short, 60, 4 right, 50. Caution, 4 right, sharp over crest.
So on the point that I was saying, like, Cylin's our go-to motion rig guy, right? Like, I could spend 10 years trying to figure out how to do motion rigs and stuff, but why would I? I'm already busy teaching people how to drive autocross cars in the IRL, right? Like, I'm on the Bridge City Autosports Board of Directors, and I'm a certified race driving instructor. I don't need to go learn motion rigs, right? Cylin's got that covered. That's Cylin's part of the business. I mean, you know, he's got his own day job too. Like, he does this stuff because he really likes it, and that's like the parallel. I've got my own jobs. I'm a sound and lights engineer. I'm a stage manager.
5 right to work crest. Open 6.
I also do handyman work in between gigs just to make sure I keep food on the table.
Left 90.
There's no point in learning every single skill out there when we can all work together.
Left to work crest.
Everybody does their specialty.
And slight right.
sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
Right short, over crest,
Unfortunately, I have
60,
to go
small
because
jump,
my son
30.
forgot something from his work at home.
3
I have
left,
to go
okay.
tightens, and slide right, 100.
bring that stuff to him, which is also good. That probably I will
Crest,
still catch
and
the
slide
shop
left over
open and bring
crest,
the
60,
stuff
6 right sharp,
home.
Oh yeah,
100.
right on. Yeah, get your pedals too while you're out there.
6
Hell yeah.
right over crest,
So I'm gonna raid you, Nate, and yep, everybody else. Hope to see you all.
6
Well,
left,
not tomorrow, but the day after.
Yeah, cool, man.
Okay,
We'll
guys.
see you on Thursday.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope I can
4 left short,
set that
narrows, into
together
5
very,
right,
very fast.
and bump,
If you
and
need any
4
help with
right,
that stuff,
sharp
you know
over
who to talk
crest,
to.
into 5 left,
Yeah, I
and
know.
jump, 40.
I know. I will ask
5
for that
right over
help if I
crest,
need.
40, 5
So
right,
take care
30,
all.
4 left over crest,
Later, bro.
half long, 30, 3 right sharp, 30,
Well, of course, we'll
3
raid Mickey
left,
shortly
sharp
too
over
after
crest,
we get done
40,
doing our
6
lobbies
right,
here too.
60,
So I'm not gonna be here all day. This was just get
6
together with
left
the
over
homies,
crest,
do a little bit of
very long,
lobby
into
stuff
jump,
before I gotta
70.
go do my day gig.
Unseen, 4
got some
right
handyman
short,
stuff to
into
do
slight
today, thank
left,
goodness.
and early 6 right, and 6 left over jump, 50, 6 left over crest, 40, right over jump, 40, crest, 30, right over crest, into bump, and 5 left, and 3 right short, 90,
Thank you, Freitas, for the raid. We'll keep people
6
entertained,
left.
and we'll get them on
Into
over to
6
Nikki's
right.
place here shortly.
and slight left over
Usually I would be
crest, 30
ending right
bumps,
about now, but we're right in the middle of a lobby,
and
so I'm
jump,
gonna run it out.
130, small jump,
But while I am
Into jump,
looking for
50,
a new
crest,
job in the stage
70.
industry, I'll be here on Tuesday and Thursday
Jump.
mornings. So if you guys
Into
want to
75
do lobbies,
right,
that of
60.
course that's always my
5
favorite.
left,
But
tightens,
otherwise I'll be
70.
doing clubs. And if Freitas is on, we'll be chatting with Freitas, hanging out with
80,
him.
late, right over crest. Option, tightens 4, half long, 30, slight left,
I don't know if
tightens
you guys
4,
know this, but
40,
Freitas he used to be a
5
viewer.
right, 60,
He found this channel back before he was
turn,
streaming,
1
and he
left,
just used to
around
hang
side,
out.
and slight right,
Now he's like,
80.
you know, one of the heads of state, as it were.
Left over crest, into 5 right sharp, into slight left, brake, 40,
Mazza, great joke, as usual.
90,
Got it. I'm gonna read it out here in a second so
40.
everybody can get the joke in case they're busy.
3 right over crest, 30, lead 2 left, half long,
Oh, I guess I could turn the TTS back on. I turn off TTS when I'm in Discord with people because it tends to be like TTS is firing
4
off
left,
while the other
tightens,
people in Discord
40,
are talking, and then I don't hear anything.
5 right short,
I
70,
figure if I can't hear anything, then the
6
stream can't
left,
hear anything
slowing,
either. Too many competing voices.
and early 6 right, over bump, into right over jump, 80, 1 left short, over bridge, and turn square right, short, and 6 right over crest, long, over finish,
Okay,
2
so I'm
stop.
gonna turn on TTS, but keep in mind,
Okay,
guys,
that's a 5
that
minute, 40,
if you type 3
0.6.
words and press enter, and then type 3 more words and press enter, and type 3 more words and press enter, TTS is gonna say your name and then say the thing, and then say your name and then say the thing. So if you wanna say 4 or 5 things, just type them all in and press enter, and just let it go. Okay, so turn on GTS, and then I'm going to read back this joke from Mossop. Did you hear what the tangled water hose said after a long day? Don't judge me for my kinks. Yeah, we all do it. We all get excited and we want to comment on things like that, you know. But we just got to try to think about radio chatter. I always just remind people of radio chatter. Say, whatever it is that you want to say, if you can say it simply, you can take up less time saying it. Like, a good editor of a newspaper will, you know, you write an article and then they go through and figure out how you can say it with less words, right? So just think about that as you guys write your messages, and that way everybody gets more time to respond. Like, I don't know how Wolby does it, but like his TTS is going off constantly, and he stops talking when TTS comes up and then continues. I don't know how he does it, because I lose my train of thought when that happens. Like, it's like, too much. All right, Kazimoto, Melee in third, very nice. And see, I don't even call all of this off. Like, while me and Freitas were talking, I'm not gonna say all this, you know. We do this on Sunday where we let Stone go down and call everybody's names out, and we try not to talk over him, you know, just let him do the thing, and then we continue our conversation. I think it's all just a matter of having a little bit of respect for, if you're just waiting for somebody else to finish talking so that you can talk, you're not actually listening to them, right? So we want to listen, but we also want to say our piece. So it's a hard balance sometimes. It really is. Like, I got nothing but empathy for that, for everybody. But it does come to a point where, with streamers, after you've been doing it for a very long time, like, if you've got a lot of chatter happening, you just ignore everything. And then you miss stuff, right?
Hello all, and it's a pleasure to introduce the third round of this championship here at Rally Estonia. Well, I don't think we'll have many complaints about the weather from the crews this weekend. It looks to be sunny and clear throughout the event. Let's hope that the pairings can match the clear skies.
DCR 925 Moto. I'm not sure what to call you. Should I just call you Moto? You sent me a friend request, I believe. I see that we've got a bunch of games in common, so I'm going to go ahead and approve that. Do I know you as another person? Did you change your name or something? Or are you kind of new to the community? Either way, it's all good. Just curious. Oh, now I'm reading in the Discord. First time ever running with you. Man, great rally so far. Excellent. Excellent. Moto might not even be watching the stream. He might just be in the lobby. Okay, tuning for Estonia. Let's see, my Finland tune's probably pretty close. I'll just pop through all these menus real quick in case anybody wants to watch this on VOD and pick up the tune. Well, that's a good way to make a what do they call it? Ironic statement. Like, I'm like, don't tempt fate, man. Don't tempt fate. Like, if you say that, you're gonna crash. You're absolutely gonna crash. There's this term in psychology, I forget what it's called, but if you focus on a positive outcome, you'll get more likely to have that positive outcome. If you focus on avoiding negative outcomes, you're actually more likely to end up with that negative outcome. Because in your mind, you're thinking, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, right? But if you focus on drive clean, drive clean, drive clean, you're actually more likely to do it. Yeah, totally right. That's something I learned in life. Didn't always know it. Yeah, right, Bishop? You know, it's a positive mental attitude can carry you very far in life. This is one of the reasons why I'm actually friends with
Starts
Wolvie, and
slight
he's
left
not just
over
a guy I
crest,
know on
40,
sim
good
racing.
luck.
You know, like he
5,
has the right
4,
attitude.
3, 2,
Like shit happens,
1,
but
go.
you know,
And slight left,
don't carry it
40,
with you.
3 right, opens, 70,
Like he's always talking about
left over
positive
small
karma.
jump.
You know, like that's a good way to
into
put it.
crest,
It's a good way to
slowing,
put it.
100,
It doesn't matter whether or not you
hairpin
believe in
left.
Buddhist philosophy or anything like that. It's just I've learned in
Forward
life.
and slight right, onto tarmac, 30,
Like, say you're walking down the street and you see a gang,
and 3 right,
you're not like
opens long,
hiding from the
tightens
gang.
3,
You're not like,
long
oh God, I hope
tightens,
they don't.
into
They're gonna be
crest,
like, hey,
50,
this guy's a victim. Let's go get him, right?
open
And if you're just
left,
walking down the street, like, just doing my thing, not worried about those
60,
dudes over there,
3 right,
they're just doing their
50.
thing, you're much less likely to get approached by them.
crest, and late 2 right, and 2 left, long, 40, through gate, 2 right, and turn
Like,
square left,
when you're walking,
onto
you're not
gravel,
thinking, don't fall
160.
down, don't fall down, don't fall down. You're just walking.
Slight left over crest, 100. 5 left sharp, 120. Crest. And 6 left, long,
My
slowing.
dad taught me how to crash race
Slight
cars.
right, into 1 right
He
short,
says-
70.
And it's always true,
6
like
left
these
sharp,
race drivers will
slowing.
teach you. Focus on where you want to be on the
And
track,
small crest,
not
50, turn,
where you
1
don't
right.
want to be. Because almost always your
150.
brain will focus on wherever you're looking. So if you're like, don't hit that tree,
Slight left,
you're more likely to
80.
hit that tree.
Slight right, 40. Crest, 60.
What doesn't want to play?
6 right over jump, 100. 6 left over jump, and slight right over crest, 50. Crest, 30. 5 left, opens, and slight left over crest, 30. Slight left over crest, 130. Small jump, and slight left, slowing,
Yeah.
90. Right over small crest, 40. Turn square
Yeah, you
left,
focus on the
and
spaces.
slight right, 80.
My dad says both in snowboarding, because my dad snowboards
Slight
and skis
right,
too.
long,
My dad
tightens,
says both
70.
in snowboarding and in racing,
Slight left
go
over
for
crest,
daylight,
190.
meaning look for the gaps, right? Like focus on the gaps between the trees.
Small
So like
jump,
right now, my
200.
eyeballs are all the way up there on the top of the hill on the next
Left over big
horizon.
jump,
They're
120.
not right in front of me.
Slowing,
They're
6
as
left
far
short,
down the road
50.
as I can see.
4 left,
Like I'm already
keep it,
looking
and
for the
2
rest of that
right,
corner.
30.
And that's
3
why
right,
I want my
opens,
pace notes set farther out. Because I can
4
already
left,
see the
tightens,
corner they're
80.
talking about. Like what good does that do? Like I want to see the corner I can't
Crest,
see.
50.
The pace notes need to
3
be
left sharp,
far enough
60.
out that they're telling me
6 right,
what I can't
40.
see. So I'm
4 left
focusing
short,
on
and crest,
far out as
60.
possible.
Finish,
Give your
6
brain
left,
more time to
and
make that
3 right to
calculation.
stop.
It's just like, you know, in baseball,
Okay,
they
that's
tell you
3
keep your eye
minutes,
on the ball,
60.6.
right? It absolutely works. You don't look at the bat and then look at the ball and then look at the bat and look at the ball. You just keep your eye on the ball and swing, and your hands will connect. Like, you're way more likely to make the shot. Like, if anybody's ever played billiards, the same thing is true. You ever sit there and you calculate all the angles and you math it all out, and then boom, you miss a shot. But if you just like focus on the outcome, you walk up and you do it, our brains actually do math faster subconsciously than consciously. It's the reason we were throwing spears and shooting arrows and you know, run and jump from tree to tree, right? Like back in our early genomic history. Like, we weren't like, I'm going to calculate the distance from this branch to that branch. I'm going to run exactly 7.4 miles an hour, and then I'll grab that. You know, none of that was there. It was always just focus on the branch, run, jump, right? Dylan, catch you later, buddy. This is going to be a pretty short-lived stream anyway. We're going to get through these stages, and then we're going to go raid into Nikki. Yeah, right. It just doesn't work. And the science actually backs up what I'm talking about too. That's where I was like, I always thought this was correct, and then I learned about it in like psychology and scientific theory, where you go, if you focus on positive outcomes, your brain will do the math. It will do the math for you. Like, imagine even just what we've done with the WRF. Imagine if I was like, oh, I don't want to fail. Oh, I don't want to fail. Like, how much harder would it be to like just come on here, have fun, be entertaining, talk to people about it, if I was like, oh, how many viewers do I have? How many viewers? And how many subscriptions do I have? Oh man, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. Not enough viewers. Not enough money. It would be no fun anymore. You know, like why would you want to put yourself through that, right? I got some early training though. I was 17 to 19. I was playing in a metal band, touring around. And then sometimes my singer would be like, "How come nobody showed up?" I'd be like, "Dude, we just had a show last week. Everybody showed up." And then we play this show this week. They're going to be like, I just saw him last week. And he was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm like, let's focus on making new fans out of these people here. There's only 6 people in here, but they've never heard us before. They don't know what they're in for. Let's absolutely freaking blow the fucking doors off this thing. And those guys will come to the next show too. That's where I always encourage people, if you're going to start streaming, if you want to start streaming, just remember that other people have lives. They're not going to be able to watch your stream every time. But if they find you enjoyable and they find your vibe good, they'll be back. They'll be back when they have time, right? So don't be discouraged if one day you have 3 viewers and another one you have 12 and then the next time you have 3. Because they'll be back. It really just comes down to just do your thing. Be honest with yourself and with the vibe that you're trying to put down. Like, I've had people tell me, oh, you should stream this because your channel will be more successful. I go, well, success is a matter of perspective, right? Like, I don't like Fortnite. I'm not going to play Fortnite just so I can get more viewers, right? I don't like Tarkov. Like, some of my friends play Tarkov, and I would play Tarkov with them just for fun, but I wouldn't do it for this channel. Because now that we're established as a rally racing channel, why the fuck would I be playing Tarkov, right? Well, sometimes we deviate a little bit. We play some Species Unknown because we're having a little bit of fun playing something different. But then if everybody leaves because we changed Species Unknown, I'm like, that makes sense. They were here for rally racing. Now we're not doing rally racing. So never ever hold it against people when they're like, this isn't what I want to watch right now. I'm going to go watch something.
5 right opens, 50. Slight right over crest, 6 left over jump, 50. 6 right over jump, 100.
Just like I was saying earlier, you could be the most talented musician in the fucking world, and if you're an asshole, Axl Rose, nobody wants to work with you.
Slight right, slowing, 140. Turn square
Then
left.
you can be a horrible driver and still, be entertaining and bring a community together just for fun. Like, I mean, I haven't even been looking at where I've been placing on these stages. Like, I really don't. Like, I spend way more time yapping with you guys, talking about music, talking about race cars and stuff.
Into left over crest, 100.
And that's not everybody's thing. I'm sure there's plenty of people that think I talk too much, but they don't watch the channel. So that's okay. It's just not their thing.
Turn square right and square left, 40 through gate.
If you want a quiet streamer that doesn't listen to music and doesn't say anything and doesn't have a camera so you can see their ridiculous reactions to, whatever, there's plenty of those. There's plenty of those out there. I am not everybody's cup of tea, I know that for sure. But at least I'm doing exactly what I want to do, right?
62 left over crest.
Like, I'm driving a rally car. That's what I want to be doing with my time right now. Doing a little rally practice. Got a nice steering wheel set up. Like, I'm enjoying my time
and
here.
turn hairpin right.
Not that it's all about me, but
100.
there comes point where
left over crest, and
it'd be
slight
like
right,
if you're streaming
over
as a
bump,
game
60,
that you
left
don't
over
like
crest,
just
into
for
3
popularity,
left, 40, 6 right, 50.
it's almost like Murphy's Law will just get you. You'll be way more popular for playing a game you don't even like to play.
Okay, that's a 3
And now you're
minute,
stuck.
19.
It's like going to a job you don't like. You're like, oh yeah, this job pays so well, but I hate going there, right? Like, I would hate to be stuck in that position. Especially with something I started as a hobby. Like doing rally racing and setting up lobbies and doing clubs and working on race cars and driving for Bridge City Autosports. And the fact that none of it is what I use to pay the bills is why I can completely enjoy it with no risk. No risk whatsoever. Like, if there's 3 viewers here, it doesn't matter. There's 3 viewers. Perfect. Excellent. The lobbies are almost always still full, even if nobody's watching the stream. So it's just kind of like, the stream was to get the lobbies together. Like, this is like, people come to the game category because they want to learn how to like set up the game, or they want to know if the game's good, or they want to find people to race with. You know, it's kind of just like they do on Xbox, where they have these LFG category, you know, looking for games, right? Twitch in particular fills this need really easily, where you can just like go type in rally and you'll see that there's a bunch of people playing WRC, and then you go in the WRC category and then you see that somebody's got their face on the camera, which means you can probably talk to them right away, right? And I'm one of those, right? And so people can come in and go, hey, what do you think of this game? And I go, yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like, a bunch of our friends playing it. It's not perfect, but you can do 32-player lobbies. It's cross-platform. It's got pretty good physics. You can tune the cars. You can do custom liveries. There's clubs. So, like, if you're busy at work, you can still participate in, like, the community aspect of it on your own time because there's clubs, right? If I was an amazing driver and I had no social interaction, there would be nobody in this community. Like, the fact that this community has grown has almost entirely been because of the social interaction. Because you could just go to YouTube and type in EAWRC World Records, right? And you'll find somebody who's way better than I am. But they're not available for you to talk to them right away. And like, if you type a comment into a YouTube channel, how often do you get a response from that YouTuber, right? If they're small time, yeah, they probably respond to you. But like, when was the last time you guys tried to send a message to Jimmy Broadbent? Jimmy's great. He's a great dude. But he's busy. Like, he's super busy, right? So imagine trying to ask him, hey, what do you think of EAWRC? He might never respond to you, right? So there's always a place for small streamers like me to be a lot more available to answer questions and to, jump in a lobby, right? Like, if Jimmy Broadbent opens a lobby, it's going to be full before you even know he's streaming, you know? Like, boom, everybody will be there, right?
Starts slight left, 50, good luck. 5,
right,
4, 3, 2, 1, go. Slight left, 50,
oh no, I'm driving off the road.
150. 4 right, tightens, 50, slight left over crest, 100. 3 left, tightens half long, 230.
I kind of have a strange beginning to this rally
6 left
streaming
over
stuff
crest,
myself
don't
too.
cut, 40,
where
lead 5 right,
I was just
very
playing
low,
this game
gas junction.
like the original Dirt Rally. I was just playing it by myself. And I was doing clubs, and I was doing leaderboards, and I was doing daily challenges, and then I just started sending friend requests to all the guys on the leaderboard. Like, I sent out probably 5,000 friend requests right?
5 right over
Because I'm
crest,
like, man, these guys are so quick. I would like for somebody to help me tune my car, maybe teach me a few things, right? And then the people that responded to that
slight right over
are basically the
crest,
folks that
40,
helped me
6
start
left,
the World Rally
and
Family
crest,
Discord.
200.
So not only were they really fast at the game, but they were
Small
pro-social.
jump, 190.
You know, they'd go, hey, yeah, I can help you out, dude. Do a little tweak here, a little change there, maybe get a better steering wheel, and yeah, you'll have a bit more fun. You know, get yourself a shifter, get yourself a sim rig to, you know, hook it all up to, so it's not, you know, snapping off the desk and your pedals aren't walking around all over the place. And you get that perfect blend of people that really like the game and they're good at it, but they were also willing to say yes to that friend request.
Slight right over crest, 50, 6 right,
Like
70.
there's like a couple thousand people out there that
60.
never responded to that friend
Late one
request.
right.
It's just sitting in their inbox somewhere, or they, you know, or they declined it or whatever.
200.
But one of the guys that I became friends with
And
early
right over jump into 5
was
right
this
and jump
Finnish dude named
140.
Yuvo. He was on the leaderboards
Crest
on Dirt
and
Rally
jump
1 as
40.
Luke
Big
Petty,
jump 170.
Looperi, Luke Petty.
6 right,
Every
long
single
cut,
Finnish
left
stage
70.
had his name, if not
Left
the
over
first,
crest, tightens,
within the top
don't cut.
3, right?
130.
And I was like, oh man, this guy answered my friend request. This is great. He's one of the fastest. He's going to show me stuff. And so he's one of the co-founders of the World Rally family now. Like there were about 6 dudes back when we
Slight
started
left,
this Discord.
100. Left over jump, 80.
We had not even
6
named
left
it the
short,
World Rally
and
family.
slight left over jump.
Back then it was
Tightens
the
5, slowing 70.
Dirt Rally
Left over crest,
unofficial
40, turns rear
community
right, into
Discord.
crest, 30.
So
2
that was
left,
like,
tightens.
you know, close enough, good enough. We had like 14 friends and we all raced together and we
And
do
slight
clubs
right,
together.
130.
We, you know,
Finish,
link up in
100 to
Discord
stop.
and we do time trials together. And we just, you know,
Okay,
compare our
that's a 3
times.
minute, 10.6.
And then we started doing lobbies because we figured out that there was a mod for the first Dirt Rally, whereas that game only had Rallycross built in. There was a mod, link incoming for you guys, but there was a mod that would allow you to do stage rally together, where that game did not have it before, right? And a lot of us, we wanted to do stage rally together. So we started doing the ACAT mod so we could drive on stage together. And that was the point where I could literally see my friend's ghost on the racetrack. So I could see his lines and I could see where he was braking and I could see how much he was drifting. And that was like super helpful, right? And since he was ridiculously fast and I was barely starting out on this stuff, I'd drive like an R5 Hyundai and he would drive the Alpine and he'd still smoke me on every single finish stage, right? And so I'm going, well, it can't be the car because he's driving a lesser car, right? It's gotta be the skill. It's gotta be how smooth he is with the inputs, right? So instead of saying, oh, well, that guy's just winning because his car's faster, it was the opposite. His car was 1/3 the power of mine and he'd still beat me. So I started going, okay, what is he doing that I'm not doing? He's braking sooner and he's gassing out of the corner on power. And that's like one of the things where
Good morning.
real
and
rally
what an
instructors
event we
that
have
I've
in
met,
store in
like
round
Kip
4 of
Tischer,
this championship
they'll tell
here
you
at Rally
if you go
Oceania.
into a
Before we
corner
get underway, we
and
should
you're
probably have a look
overcooking
at
it,
what the
you're
weather has in store
overdriving
for the
it,
cruise this
you're
weekend.
actually wasting
It will be
speed.
familiar territory for a
So
lot
if
of
you
these
go
teams,
into a
it seems,
corner
as the
under
conditions
control, like braking at the right time, like earlier than you think, like almost always, these video games teach us to brake at the last second, throw it sideways, pull the handbrake, spit gravel out into the forest, and yeah, that feels great. It feels great. But then you watch the ghost go away from you, and you're like, wait a minute, how did that guy get through the corner so fast? And the answer is usually because he's not wasting grip. He has taken the weight distribution and sent it through the corner in a way that's more efficient. So his exit speed is like he's already into fourth gear and you're still leaving the corner. Yeah, see, motivate's got it. Traction on the exit. Exactly. And that's why I was like, okay, so you can just say, nah, I'm super powerful. I'm such a great driver that I'll just throw it into the corner and pray to God that I make it every single time. But then when you watch somebody going away from you because they're driving smooth, you go, maybe there's something to this. Maybe these guys know what they're doing, right? There was a time where Kip Tischer would give me tuning tips and I'd be like, I don't know, man, that doesn't really work for my driving style. And he was super patient. He was like, you'll figure it out eventually. He's like, I understand, you're new, you'll figure it out eventually. Kip was really gracious and really nice about this stuff. But he was right, and I was a noob, right? And now that I've learned how to drive smoothly, how to take command of the weight distribution in the car, when I do a wet stage or a snow stage or a high density gravel stage, maximum degradation, zero grip and whatever, I'm on the top of the leaderboards, and all the guys who throw Hail Marys at dry grip stages all the time DNF, right? So you can be really fast at sprints by being brave, but in a rally, you have to be like consistent over long distances, right? So that's the skill that I've been learning. That's the one that I've been trying to learn, because if we do get a chance to go do stage rally in the real world, we will not be throwing the car into the corner and praying that we survive. No. We will be driving under control and under command of the weight distribution, keeping the car on the road, not killing ourselves, not destroying the community car, not getting anybody injured, right? That's the difference between video game driving and real driving. And everybody, if you want to throw it in the corner, do it. Have fun. It's fine. I had my time too. Like, there was a time where I was just like, fuck it, I just want to drive fast. I don't care if I crash, right? But for me, that was in the 90s. Like, that was a long time ago. So now I've gotten to the point where I feel good about a stage when I've completed it without feeling no cuts, no penalties, no damage. The car is still in great shape. The tires aren't worn out. Like, a clean stage is what I'm always going for. And I'm not to say that, you guys can do whatever you like. You can, throw the car into the corner, pull the handbrake, go sideways, hit that counter steer, and do it. Do that. That's fine. But when you start seeing people go away from you, like taking off, you're like, how are they doing that? Right? And eventually you go, okay, I want to get faster. How do I do that? And the truth is, it's halfway between grip and drift. It's like just a little bit of drift. Like, a lot of people just drift too much because they're going into the corner too late.
Crest into 76 left, 40, crest 50, caution 6 right, half long tightens into bridge, and 5 left, 170. 6 right, 100. Slowing, side right. Into lead 3 left, opens long. 50. Caution, 2 right. Half long, opens. Into bridge, into slide right, very long. 80. 6 left, 110. 5 right, long, 30. 6 left, tightens. Into 4 right, opens, 40. 2 left, opens, 60. 4 left. And 6 left, long. 60, 6 right, half long, 50. Slight left short, 160. 6 right, long, 170, slowing. Tightens very long. 60. Small crest. 50. Caution. 4 right. Long tightens into bridge. 40. 3 left.
So
Keep
in an
in.
effort to not be a total
And 5
try-hard
right,
jerk,
very long.
where I make everybody do it as I do,
60.
right? I have 3 different clubs. One is the
2
easy club,
left. Half
one
long.
is the rear-wheel
And
drive
3
club,
right.
and
Caution.
one is the
Into
hardcore
bridge.
club.
180.
And you guys can decide to do whatever you want. You can participate in all 3 clubs, or you can just do the ones that you want to
5
do.
left.
But
Tightens
what we
over
do
crest.
most of the time with
Slowing.
lobbies
And
is
6
just
left.
somewhere in the
And
middle
4 right.
ground,
Over bridge. 50.
where, like,
4 right short.
it's not difficult stages, it's not difficult
Into 2
cars,
left.
it's not,
3
you know,
right.
driving in the
Don't
rain.
cut. Into 4
Like, it's
left.
pretty
30.
easy stuff, relatively speaking.
3 right.
But I just
Don't
leave
cut.
on the hardcore
80.
damage, because I feel like this is,
6 left. Keep out.
useful.
30.
like,
Short.
if you slap
5
your
left.
tail into a
5
tree
right. 40.
and you break your
5
car,
right. Very long.
you're gonna learn. You're gonna be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't slap my tail into that tree, right? But if there's no
4 right
consequence
short.
for it, you're not gonna get any
6
better.
left. Caution. And
So
5 right
it's good to
short.
challenge
Over
yourself
bridge.
just a
Into
little
slight
bit.
left.
You know,
And
you don't have to
5
beat
right.
yourself
40.
senseless. You don't have to do H2 rear-wheel drive in the rain in Kenya all the
Into
time.
5
You know,
left. Past
you don't have
junction.
to go
30.
absolutely crazy hardcore, ape shit, and try hard.
Long crest.
But it's good to be
120.
just a
Finish.
little bit
150. To stop.
pushing yourself,
Okay, that's a 4 minute.
just a little bit more
10.4.
difficult than the easy setting. And that's why I do these lobbies where it's like, it's really easy setups, but we still have the hardcore damage on. I'm still letting you guys use whatever camera you want, whatever assists you want. In the hardcore club, there is no chase camera, and there are no assists, and it's always hardcore damage. It's always max degradation. It's always in terrible conditions, all right? But only in the hardcore club. In the rear-wheel drive club, rear-wheel drive is already tough enough for a lot of people, right? So that one is not terrible conditions. It's not hard combinations. It's a rear-wheel drive training club. I don't want people to be so overly challenged that they never even finish it. Well, yeah, that was actually because the label in the game, for some reason, somebody told me to turn off user-created content, and so then I wasn't seeing any of the labels in the game. So yeah, I got the 2 mixed up this season, but I'll reverse it next time. Just know that this season, the WRF Club is the hardcore one, and the hardcore one is the easy one. So if you want to do the easy one, actually do hardcore, but that's not typical. I mean, you know, I'll make mistakes. I've been doing this for a while. It happens. Kobatsu in the lead. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing, Melee, right? Like, you could just drive them. You don't have to win. You don't even have to survive. Just drive them if you want to. And don't if you don't. If you see a combination where you're like, I don't really feel like doing this, don't do it. It doesn't matter to me. I never look to see how many people have done the club until, like, I go through the club myself, if I remember that week. But I'm never going through the club going, why isn't anybody driving my club? Wah. You know, I'm like, when it's a really hardcore combination and there's only 6 people in there, I'm like, okay, these are the 6 MFers that want to drive hard, right? So if I'm anywhere near them, I'm going, okay, I did all right, because these guys are super quick. They're driving in the hardcore club, and I actually survived along with them, right? Because in real rally, just surviving is a thing. That is a big part of it for me. in particular, just being able to survive the rally. So like on Sundays, I will actually not be constantly interacting with chat. I turn off my TTS and I turn off the Discord and I turn off the cameras and everything, and I just focus on driving. And that's the only time that I do it, is when I'm running through the clubs. And I do that on Sunday night so that everybody has a chance to play the clubs all week long. And then on Sunday, we see how you all did. And I never win. I mean, these guys in these clubs are freaking amazingly fast. But if I was just winning all the time, I would be like, where's the fast people? Because I know I'm not this good, right? So the fact that there's people in front of me always gives me another goal to go after, which is perfect. Like, as a musician, I'm a guitar player. I've been playing 35 years. But there's always a better guitar player, right? Like, there's always more to learn. Just like racing, there's always more to learn. There's always more time on the table. And then you start asking the right questions, like, okay, I'm throwing myself into the corner. I got my tuning figured out. How come these guys are still beating me, right? And if one of them is kind enough to give you some advice, listen to it. Like, if somebody's faster than you consistently, not just when they're lucky, but consistently faster than you, and they're not DNFing 50% of the time, definitely take that person's advice. Yeah, the lobby system on this game is really nice. Motivate. This is where our discussion started this morning on Freitas's channel. Is like, Validator said, there's more people playing DR2 than there are playing WRC. I don't understand why the community hasn't gone back to DR2. And I just said 32 player cross-platform lobbies, more stages, longer stages, right?
Starts 60.
I play both the games.
5 right.
So.
Good luck. 5.
And more importantly,
3,
if there wasn't
2,
lobbies
1,
to be done on DR2,
60, 5
I would
right,
never play it
and
anymore.
long,
I have
60,
5,800 hours on Dirt Rally 2.
3 left short,
I know
around
every
sign.
stage on there
Caution and
without
red
using
into 5
a
left,
co-driver.
into 6 right over
Like,
crest.
I am
Tighten 5
so bored of that.
and 5 left, very low.
But every Tuesday, that's today, Tuesday,
Caution,
Dizzy,
5 left
Izzy,
short,
and all of our
and
friends get
6
together
right,
and play
tighten
lobbies
over
together.
crest,
So I'm
70.
still playing that game. That's the only time I do.
3 left, don't cut,
Like,
30.
I need
5
new
right,
stages
into
because I
3
need new
left,
challenges.
don't cut.
I like
And
having to pay
2
attention
right,
to the co-driver.
and 3
I
left
like
short,
not
80.
knowing where I am.
Over bridge. Into 3 left short, and 5 right short, 30. 5 right, 60. Slowing.
And even on this game,
Caution, bridge, and
not sure how many hours I've got on this game. It's probably getting close to 2,000.
Long.
But even on this game, because there
40,
are more
5
popular
left, extra long,
locations,
don't cut.
those locations I am
40.
very, very
2
aware
right,
of. Like,
keep in.
almost got a bunch of
And
these
bridge.
popular locations
Into 2
memorized.
left, opens long, 100.
Like this New Zealand. People do a lot of New Zealand. So I've got pretty much all these corners memorized.
Slide right, tightens 4, long, tightens
But there are
3.
locations that nobody does that I still don't know. So I'm still kind of lost on them, which for me, that's kind of the point.
6 left, very long,
I like having to adapt
170.
to the driving conditions and listening to the co-driver.
Slide right, 50. 6 left, half long,
Like when you do
50.
Nikki's Hold My Horton, it's always like in rain and snow and stuff, so you can't just look down the road.
4 right,
You've got
half
to
long,
listen to the
tightens,
co-driver.
70.
And that's the
3
point
right,
in having a
half long,
co-driver,
tightens.
honestly.
Into
It's for the
4
corners
right,
you can't
half
see.
long, 30. 5 right, and 5 left, long,
So Nikki's Club is actually really good training for everybody.
100. 5 right, 70. Caution, slight
Speaking of,
left,
Nikki is
very
streaming
long,
right now
slowing.
too. We should do a shout out for her if anybody's got a spare phone.
Into
And we're gonna
bridge.
go raid her in just a couple
Into
minutes.
2,
and get done
half
with the
long
stages.
and slight right. Tightens 3, long. And slight left, 140.
Nikki is definitely
Six
more
left,
consistent
150.
driver on this game than I am. But she's more of a track
Into
racer too,
35
so
right, caution, 40
there's always,
bridge.
like,
Into 5 left,
Le
half long,
Mans and
50.
iRacing and other stuff that she's doing.
Into
that you guys
6
can
right,
learn from.
tightens, slowing. Into slight
Thanks,
left,
Masa.
very long. And 3 left, keep in, 40. Lead 3 right, tightens. 100.
Oh yeah, and Cyberpunk.
We have a puncture. 1 left, and 6 right, half long,
That
50.
should definitely come in. That was not a puncture,
4
but it
left,
definitely broke
half
some.
long, 30.
The back end
1 right,
swinging around
half
now.
long. And 6 left,
Up the
half
suspension, I
long,
think.
40.
Yep. Something's not happening.
Lead 3 left, don't cut, 30. 1 right, half long tightens. 100. Slight left, tightens 4, long. 30, 1 right, long. 60, 3
So,
left, half long
something I've been
tightens.
studying lately, and so I wanted
Into
to
6
pass this
right,
on to
over
you guys.
finish, and 3 left.
My
to
advice
stop.
to you guys is to go find a video
Okay, that's a 4
somewhere, like
minute,
on YouTube,
13.0.
about trail braking, and specifically trail braking in rally. Although trail braking is the same no matter what you're doing, but the idea is when you're coming out of a corner, you don't just take your foot off the brake completely and put the gas down 100%. Like if you do that, if you take your foot off the brake completely, then instead of like pushing
brilliant
forward on the
effort on that
car,
stage
all of
sees
a
this
sudden
crew
you've
move up
released
in
the
the event
suspension
standings.
because you
Great
take your
job.
brakes off completely, right? And then now you're pressing the gas, and so your front end goes up in the air, not off the ground, but it starts to stretch the suspension. And so now your steering inputs are not as good as they could be. So if you hit the gas too early and come off the brake too fast, you will actually understeer on your way out of a corner. So my advice for today is everybody go watch a trail braking in rally video. And when you come back next time, you'll be like, oh, I feel it now. Because what we've learned from Kip Tischer and other race instructors is if you keep the balance of the car under control, then you keep the grip on the ground. And if you keep the grip on the ground, you can put the power into the traction. And if you can put the power into the traction, then you can make better time on the stage. So come into the corner braking, carry through the corner still braking, start adding gas, still braking, and then you slowly balance between gas and brake, like back and forth, just kind of playing with them together to accelerate out of the corner, but don't lose control of the front. You guys go ahead and try this on the next stage if you haven't done it before, but if you blend the gas and the brake together, your steering inputs will be less wild, and you'll get a faster exit speed out of the corners. This is just knowledge that's been passed on to me by my elders, and I'm sharing it with you guys because that's what I like to do. Okay, what's going on here?
Starts 120. Crest.
My
good
dad
luck.
keeps going to Lowe's expecting them to have stuff on the
5,
shelf. That's funny.
4, 3, 2, 1. Go 120. Crest 450.
We're doing some remodeling in my house today, or
Caution,
right now,
slight
next couple
left,
of months.
tightens 4,
So
50,
we're like
lead 3 right,
buying parts for the
tightens
house and
70.
stuff. And my dad's still of the mindset of you just drive down to the hardware store and buy what you want. And then he goes down there and he's like, they don't have it, gotta order it. And I'm like, yep,
50. 4 right,
they don't have
140.
everything in the store. Like you gotta do your research.
Caution,
You can even
slight
order
left,
through their
long.
websites online and
Tightens
then
3.
pick it up at the store in 3 days. But
And
like,
slight right,
you
tightens
just drive
4,
down there
long,
expecting them to have it on the shelf. Like, chances are pretty slim that they have exactly what you need. You know,
Slight
at the
right,
store, they only
50.
sell the most common things.
4 left, keep in
Like, you guys know
120.
this from sim racing equipment. If you just walk down to your local game shop and you ask them if they got Moses steering wheels, they might have one. They're not gonna have everything.
And 3 right, opens, keep in 180. 6 left, tightens 5, cast
Right, that
junction,
gas brake
into
blend.
left over crest,
Very, very
45
handy
right,
here.
into
There's
crest,
a lot of
into
bumps.
6 left, long,
Bumps change your traction,
50.
but the brake keeps the traction
Right over
down.
crest, half long, 60. 4
It also
left,
keeps torque
keep
steer
in.
under control. It's a very useful skill.
Right, half long, 30.
I learned this from doing front wheel
Caution,
drive
3 left.
autocross in a
Tightens.
car with an open differential.
35
The
right.
only way to make it go faster was to learn how to trail
Into
brake
right over
efficiently.
crest.
So now I know
And lead 5
firsthand,
right. Long.
night
70.
and day,
Unseen.
if
Lead
I
3
wasn't
left.
using
Half
trail
long.
braking,
70.
I was slow.
3 right.
If I was
tightens.
using trail braking, I can keep up with guys that
3
have
left short.
much more
50.
superior vehicles than
Lead
mine.
5 right. Half long.
Just about keeping the speed up.
And 4 left.
Doesn't matter how much
Keep in.
horsepower you
60.
have, as long as you
Crest.
just stay.
Finish.
Move.
200 to stop. Okay, that's a 2 minute 26.8.
Another lesser known quality of these games too that's a fair thing to pass on is if your suspension's too stiff, it will actually give you less traction. Not to say that you need to have really wildly soft suspension, because you can lose a lot of time waiting for the suspension to react as well. But there's definitely like a middle ground. There's a, Goldilocks zone there where you've got enough suspension travel that you're not hitting the bump stops, because when you hit the bump stop, the car hits the ground, it gets really rough, and then it actually affects your traction poorly. So you want to be just soft enough that when you're going over the bumps and stuff, your tires are staying connected. And like if you go off a jump and you come down and it goes bam really hard, not only in real life is that a problem for your spine, but it's also a problem for your suspension. Like if you come up and you slam down really hard, bam, you broke a wheel, you broke a tire, you broke suspension, maybe you broke yourself, right? So when you see, like if you guys ever watch some WRC videos, you'll see when they're up in the air, their wheels go whoop, they like drop down, right? So they got like all this suspension travel, and when they hit the ground, they go shunk, and they don't bounce. They just go shunk. They don't go boingy, 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 boing. If the suspension's too stiff, they would bounce. They would hit the ground and they go boing, 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 and lose control. So you want it to be just perfect. So when you land, it goes shunk, sticks to the ground and stays there. So lots of ride height, medium springs, and a little bit of dampers. Almost every single gravel stage on this game. You don't have to do max ride height, but just a little bit more than the default setting. And then when you bring up the ride height, you stretch out the springs, right? So the springs will be too springy if you don't bring up the springs a little bit. So if you raise the ride height, raise the springs a little bit. And then if your anti-roll bars are too stiff, then you'll go bounce, 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 left to right, like this. Bounce, 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 bounce. So if your anti-roll bar is too high, you'll feel it. You'll see your hood start to go like this. Like shifting from left to right. You'll see like this vibration where it goes left, right, left, right, left, right. And that's how you know your anti-roll bars are too tight. What you want to see is that the car is nice and smooth over the bumps, like this. And then if you watch it on a replay, you'll see the suspension going, whoa, 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 but the car's like nice and smooth, right? That's how you know you got the suspension set just right for that location. And even the tarmac stages on these games are not a racetrack. They're not super smooth. They're not flat all the way through. There is definitely, you know, you can lower the ride height, you get a little bit tighter, and add the negative camber and all that kind of stuff so you get really good traction in the corner and that sort of thing. But you can go too far. You can get so much camber that only the inside of your wheels are touching the ground. So keep that in mind. And then if you have that much camber, when you're going in a straight line, car's wild. It wants to steer all over the place. It's like every time you touch the wheel, it's like, ooh, left, ooh, right. You know, it's like steering all over the damn place. So you want this trade-off, right? So you want this balance between, you know, what's fast in the straights and what's secure in the corners. If you just tune for the corners, then the straights are too wild. And if you just tune for the straights, then the corners are too slow. So you got to kind of play with it back and forth. There's all sorts of tuning guides out there too. Like a bunch of our friends have made YouTube videos on tuning guides. Freitas has done a bunch. There's a bunch of people, I'm sure you can find it on wherever you watch, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever. There's people who have different ways of tuning. And I'll just say that there is a right way to tune for the condition that you're driving in, right? So you don't do a tarmac tune on a gravel stage, and you don't do a gravel tune on a tarmac stage. So keep that in mind. Try not to max anything out, you know. The middle ground, the kind of the gray area there, that's the place to go. Oh, it's pretty dark out here. Better do this without the sunglasses. Pedal cam was a little bit tilted there.
Starts 4 left, 100, good luck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And 4 left, 100, 2 left short, into slight right, 90. Triple caution, turn square left, over crest, around Beale, and late 3 right, 70. Crest, keep left, and 6 right, over bumps, into jump, keep middle, and 6 left, through dip, into right over jump, and late 5 left, over crest, 40, 1 right short, around Beale, and 4 left, and right over small jump, 40.
Whoop. Never hit that hay bale on the inside.
And 5 left over crest, 60. 6 right, half long. 150, long crest. Into 4 left over crest, 30. 3 right short, 60, jump, 70. 5 right over jump, slowing, 15. Turn 2 left. Into 4 right, around Beale, 50, 6 right over crest, 60, 2 right short, 3 left, 40. Bump, 60. Slowing, slight right, 50, 4 right short, narrows, into slight left, into 2 right short, over crest, 120. Crest, slowing, into small crest, into late 2 left. And bump 100. Turn hairpin right. 90, slight right. Into early 3 left, over crest. 40, right over crest. And dip, keep left, 100. Caution, jump. And 4 left over crest, 80. Double caution, right over crest. Into 2 left short. Into 4 right, 80. Left over big jump, 70. Dip, and 3 right sharp, into left over crest, into 6 right. And slight left, 100. Crest, into 3 left, over finish, to stop. Okay, that's a 2 minute, 33.6.
I was going to hit the fence after this page finished there. Kobatsu, very nice. The flying fins in the top 3 again. Bishop, Mile, Mayor. Very nice. Let's see, how many events do we have left here? Okay, just finished in Poland, and then we've got Greece. Oh yeah. Let's see, if I replace that one, nah, it's not worth it. Go back to standard. There we go. That'll fit. Standard fix works for most of this stuff. You don't have to have a perfectly rejuvenated car every single stage. I'll try to go a little faster with the final gear there. Man, not one single drop frame today. That's nice. Something happened with OBS. It's gotten more stable recently. I guess their last update actually did something. Yeah, totally. What's up, Rob? How you doing, man? Trying to figure out what your icon is. It looks like a knight or something. Is that what it is?
Starts 4 left, 2 right. Good luck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. 4 left, 2 right. Keep in. Into crest and 5 left. Tightens. Don't cut and 3 right. 60. 4 left over crest. 100. Small jump and slight left over crest. 30. 3 right. Opens. 80.
And it's pretty damn shady in
3
here.
left. Tightens long. 40. Turn 1 left. Onto cobbles.
It's like sunset time of day or something.
Into slight right, 130, onto gravel, 1 right, opens, 60, crest, and 6 right, 6 left, keep right, into 5 left over crest, don't cut, into slight right, into 6 left, into jump, and slight left, long, into 6 right over crest, and bump, into lead 4 left, keep in, 50, right over crest, 100, lead 1 right, half long tightens, and 3 left, half long tightens, into 4 right short, 100,
Whoa, a little wide. Oh, Jesus.
6 left over crest, into 5 right, caution, and 4 left over jump, half long tightens, 40, 3 right, 70, 5 left over crest, 100, turn hairpin right, short, around bale, 120, 3 right sharp, 40, 6 left, 90, crest, and left over crest, into 5 right, 5 left short, 120, 6 left over crest, 90, slowing, right over crest, into 5 left, half long tightens, 30, 1 right short, and crest, into late 5 left, half long tightens, 170, turn 2 left, onto tarmac, 50, finish, and 4 left, to stop. Okay, that's a 2 minute 29.6.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it there, but you can all carry on. When I leave this lobby, somebody else is going to be in charge. So I'm going to press continue and then leave the lobby, so it'll go to the last location. But I am going to raid Nikki, because she's one of our homies in the community, and she's always doing cool things. Thanks, everybody, for coming to hang out on this little impromptu stream on a Tuesday. Expect to see Freitas and friends back on Thursday. Perhaps I will be there too. Just depends on whether or not I'm busy working. Yeah. Anytime, guys. Thanks for coming to hang out. That's what I'm all about. Hanging out, racing, chit-chatting, talking about tunings and music and all this kind of stuff. And, avoiding the potholes of the outside world, because nobody wants to be reminded of the outside world while we're racing, right? So just try to keep things on the chill. If you guys are ever in the Pacific Northwest area, you are welcome to come join us for some of the events like the one that you see on the screen here. This is what we call track cross. We put a bunch of cones on the track, and then basically it guides people into using the track correctly. And then when you come out and you use this track without the cones, you know where the racing line is. We also do a couple other things that basically just complicate the track, so you get more practice out of it too. So it's not just the shape of the track. We actually add more complexity to the track. And that's what track cross is for. This is for training. This is for teaching people how to get really good at controlling their car at all sorts of speeds, because a lot of people are good at driving at high speed, like fourth, fifth, and sixth gear, but where you really, really separate the experienced drivers from the novices is the more technical sections, where maybe a tight chicane or a second gear corner and this sort of thing. But all of those corners matter. All of it matters. And being in the BCA and practicing autocross has absolutely made me a better driver in all types of driving. When I come back to play lobbies with you guys after a weekend of doing this autocross, by the way, that's me driving the Focus, this kind of thing makes me better. When I come back to doing lobbies with you guys, I'm more confident, more smooth, and faster. It always matters. Going back and forth between the two is what I specialize in. With the World Rally family and locally with Bridge City Autosports and other groups out there, this is what we like to do, is take people out for a little bit of real world training. You can bring your car, you can rent our cars. All of these things are up on the table for you. And we hope to bring this to your region at some point too. So hopefully that'll happen one day. Take care, everybody. Have a beautiful day. We're off to see Nicor now. Catch you later.